and welcome back to another episode of our Ultimate Decades Challenge. We have entered into the year 1414, and this is part B, and we are here with our Pruitt family, and we are entered into this family because we have a birthday to celebrate in this part for David Pruitt, but also Sidhig, which we are going to be calling Sid, just for short, is expected to go into labor today. So we're in with the Pruitt family just so that we can go ahead and see how they're faring. As you can see, we do have Mariella. She is up. She's just going ahead and taking care of the chickens here. She's just giving them a little bit of a feed. I do believe that we will be seeing Ulrich get up soon, and I'm just going to have him come on out and take care of the bees here, and we're going to have him go ahead and check on the hives. I don't believe that our garden needs any tender love and care or anything like that. Since it is raining, obviously that is going to be taken care of, so we don't need to do any watering or anything like that. And it doesn't look like we really have any weeding to do or anything, so all of that is going to be taken care of. So all of that is going to be good. Now, Sid is currently in her third trimester. She will be going into labor at any time, so we will be seeing that take place pretty soon, which is going to be great. And David is currently just getting himself a little bit of rest. I think I am going to have Mariella go ahead and come on upstairs, and I'm just going to get her to get a birthday cake started. So I'm just going to have her go ahead and take care of doing a little bit of that. I think if she can just get a sponge cake going, that will be great. And we'll go ahead and get David a cake baking up. And once we have that all squared away, we can go ahead and get David aged up. As we know, he is going to be aging up into a teenager in this part. And so we will be finding out if he is going to be able to successfully age up into a teen. And when he does that role, we'll also be finding out if he is going to be able to marry, and if so, how many children he's going to be able to have. Now, as we know, he is the only Pruitt boy left. Well, actually, that's not true. Ulrich is his older brother. So, but they're the only Pruitt boys. So Ulrich obviously is able to have, I think he ruled for 3 children. So we're going to see obviously if David is going to be able to marry and have children as well. I do think they are from 2 different mothers, and so obviously their genetics are a little bit different. And so we'll be seeing if, they're going to be able to kind of progress on 2 different kind of bloodlines, even though they are both, Thomas's children. They did have separate moms, and so their blood genetics are going to be a little bit different. So we will see how that kind of fares for the boys there. But we are kind of excited about the fact that he does have himself a bit of a birthday here, and so I am thrilled to see that all take place. Now, as we know, Ulrich did just get himself married, and so, yeah, him finding out that Sid was pregnant was exciting for him. And then obviously being able to, can you go ahead and put birthday candles on that? That'll be great. So him finding out that Sid's pregnant and knowing that they have their first baby on the way is really exciting. And also him hoping that they're going to have a boy so that we can have our first heir of the family here is going to be really, really exciting. It'll be the 3rd generation, I guess, for them. So that's really great. But I'm going to go ahead and get David up out of bed. We're going to have him come on upstairs, and he can blow out his candles and go ahead and get himself aged up. So that'll be really, really exciting for him. I don't think that Sid has anything kind of going on as far as her needs go. So I'm just going to send her on off to the washroom and let her take care of some of her needs, and then she's kind of good to go. All of the chores here around the house are pretty much done for the day, so we are just going to celebrate this birthday, and then I may send Ulrich out for a little bit of a hunt while we wait for Sid to go into labor. But happy birthday, David, and hopefully you can go ahead and age up into a teen here. Ulrich is like, I'm so excited for you, David. So David has aged up. He did get romance level 1 going into his teen years, which is great. He currently is a goofball. He is a hype beast. He is a slow learner, and he is going to be a natural musician. Let's go ahead. I think if he's going to be a musician, we'll give him let's do musical genius for him. And let's go ahead and jump into cast with him and give him his makeover. So here is David Pruitt as a teen. This is what he looks like. And we are going to need to go ahead and do his roll to see if he is going to be able to go ahead and age up. For that, he can't roll a 1 or a 6. So we are going to go ahead and pull up the dice for him and give that a roll. And make sure that he can go ahead and continue to survive this teen age up. So let's go ahead and roll the dice for him. And he rolls an 11, which is a good roll. So he is going to go ahead and be able to continue to survive for his teen age up. He is going to be on the calendar for another 36 days. And for his marriage roll, we are going to roll to see if he is going to be able to marry or not. And for that, he needs to roll either a 3 to a 20 to be able to get married. So let's go ahead and roll. He rolls a 14, so he will be getting married, and he is going to be able to have 7 baby tries. All right, we love that for you, David. So let's go ahead and get back into the game. Now that we are back here in the game, as we know, we will be having David needing to find himself a bride. So he will need to be looking for that to take place. He'll need to be meeting some eligible bachelorettes so that he can go ahead and get himself someone that he has of interest in. So we will be looking for that in the upcoming episodes. He and Nerida obviously are the eligible people that will be getting married soon. So they'll be looking for some love interest. So we will be seeing that coming to play and coming to pass. So as you can see, Sid has come on down. She is sniffing the cake. She's just going to have a little bit of conversation. As you can see, Ulrich is, making friends with David here. They're becoming a little bit closer now that he's gotten a little bit older. And Sid is just talking to Mariella about some anger. She's just going to tell her to talk it through with someone. And obviously he is, Ulrich is just having a good time with David here, giving him a little bit of, a rough time, saying, look at you, you've all grown up. I can't believe, how you've turned out. I can remember when you were just a little pipsqueak. And Ulrich can, as you can see, like pranks now. So we love that for him. So these two are, just getting a lot closer. Obviously, this brotherly love that they have, and I love to see their relationship is blooming, and that's really, really great. So obviously, David won't be living here for forever. He will find himself a bride, and he'll end up moving out of the house. But for now, he is, just spending some really good time with his brother, and they are having, a nice little time. Sid is just getting to know, their stepmom, Mariella, and it is going to be nice that Mariella is here for Sid, to be able to be here for her when she goes into labor, which, as we know, is going to be a really good thing for Sid, because that means Sid isn't going to have an extra death roll on her plate, and she'll have someone here to help her take care of the baby, because this is her first child, and she doesn't necessarily really know everything that entails taking care of a baby. And even though Mariella, she had a child, but it was stillborn, she was here to take care of the boys when they were younger. So she does have a little bit of parenting, background. So that's really good that she'll be able to be around to help Sid. So we absolutely love that she's going to be able to be around to help out this young couple in raising their little one. So that'll be really, really nice to see that take place. Now I'm going to go ahead and send Ulrich out. We're going to have him head on out and go and do a little bit of hunting, I think. That way we can have a little bit of meat in the house. I'm going to keep Mariella here around just in case Sid does go ahead and end up going into labor, but I'm going to send David out and have him go foraging. So I'll send both of the boys out into the forest. both of the ladies are just going to kind of hang out here at the house. There isn't a whole lot that they can do as far as chores go because they've already been done. But I am going to go ahead, I think, and just get the ladies to do a little bit of stitching. They can maybe get some nice stitching done, and it will spend, they'll have some time to just do a little bit of cross stitching together and waiting for the baby to come. So that'll be really nice. So we'll just have them do some nice cross stitching together. They can obviously have some conversation together while they do that. They're not the greatest at it, but they are, you know, just spending some quality time together while they wait on Sid to go ahead and go into labor and waiting on the men to come back from doing their manly duties out in the forest, which will be really, really nice. And obviously we'll go ahead and put some more birthday candles here on this cake when they are done with that. And then we can put the cake in the fridge and we can have that for later. We have another birthday that comes about, so that'll be great. So they have both learned the cross-stitching skill, which is fantastic. I am going to go ahead and have Sid come on down, and she is going to check the mail, and we're going to see what it is that we have gotten for the day. All right, so we did get some wolfram. I'm just going to sell that. And can she sell this? No, but you can go ahead and go on upstairs and finish that. I think that will be good. And you can sell this. That'll be perfect. And I'm going to have Mariella come and see if she can gather a little bit of honey here. And we'll have her collect some eggs. So we'll definitely just get her to go ahead and check on some of these household items and take care of some of the household chores. All right, it does look like Sid finally finished that cross stitching, so we'll just give that a little bit of a sell here. And she is just going to spend a little bit of time with her mother-in-law.
No, Anna preps do it.
Wavu, Ruskan Lampima, Muchi Pichi, Morbi Vumu, Zerpa,
Paraza, Urizap, Wavu, Varner's a Torque,
Milshaba, Tani Niwa, Pogim Concert, Bosa Burrita. So far.
So they're just going to chat a little bit about baby names, and they are going to just, she's going to be friendly to her mother-in-law here.
Queba, Parsicom,
Shinoi,
Darboing, Gelsi, Nepa, Nuloy, Sawata, Risala Kumbar, Ebony Flurba, Shibi, Chabina,
Dabishi Slekam, Ken Kuya,
So she's going to ask her if she wants to feel the baby.
Wasusa, Amiash, Krifova,
Prash,
Look how cute they are. Oh, they're so cute.
Shoiba.
She's like, oh, it's so great. My first grandchild.
Gamerish Brihe, Akruts, Varuda Kampol, Lumbik Jarl, Shyla, Inaba Shermi, Ibon Jabin, Shalade, Noosh, Swota, Woo! Crimbo Tube, Tribna.
So these two are becoming pretty close, good friends here, which I really like. And they have talked about baby names. Oh, there's so many names. I'm sure we will figure out the best name. And she has become inspired from making friends, which we absolutely love. So Orlich is back home from going ahead and going out hunting. He has brought home a pigeon and a squirrel. We're going to go ahead and cut up that squirrel meat, and we will put that in the fridge. And he also will put that pigeon in the fridge. It does look like he needs himself a bit of a bath, so I'm just going to go ahead and queue up for him to go ahead and take that bath. David is also home from foraging. Looks like he got some chestnuts. He also got some acorns. We got some garlic and some green peas. I do believe that we can actually plant some of those. So we'll go ahead and get that taken care of, and we'll get some of those things planted up in the garden here. Maybe we'll get these peas into the garden here. So we'll plant some of these peas, and I'm going to go ahead and just send Mariella out here to get these planted up, and then we'll just let Sid go ahead and just kind of take care of herself here. So let's see how Sid's doing. Sid is pretty good. I'm just going to let her go ahead and maybe get herself a bite to eat there. She's feeling herself a little bit hungry. Pregnancy, you know, kind of does that to her. So she's going to go grab herself a bite to eat while Mariella gets these plants planted here. Still raining, so she won't have to do any watering, but we will go ahead and get those plants into the ground. And Mariella has gone ahead and gotten herself up to a gardening level 3, which is fantastic. And then we are just going to go ahead and wait for Sid to go on into labor. Now, once Sid goes ahead and goes on into labor, I do believe that we will be heading over tomorrow. We're going to be seeing Greta. So she, as we know, is part of the Von Varlet family. We're going to be trying to get her with child. Our McFergus family actually is pregnant. Closed off the episode, our last episode, and as you know, we were trying to get them pregnant, and I stopped the episode, and then they ran themselves off to the crypt and had themselves an autonomous woohoo, and that ended up getting them with child. So they are expecting, and so we do have a baby on the way in our main household now that we are expecting. And so we don't have to try for a baby with them, which I was planning to do in this episode, but they decided to go and, you know, do that themselves there. So now we don't necessarily need to do that with them, but we do need to get Greta to try for another baby. As we know, in the last episode, she did lose her little one. It was stillborn. So we will need to get Greta to go ahead and try for a little one so that we can try to get the Von Varlets to have themselves a little one so that they can expand their family. So we will be trying for a little one in that household. Now, this family, obviously, we're going to see how this labor and delivery goes for them. And we're hoping that this community is going to grow with this Pruitt family. But, you know, only time is going to tell, I guess, with that one. So we will just have to see how that goes. Did you need a bath as well? Probably. I'm going to go ahead and get David. He's going to go play in the rain. Okay, David, can you not get yourself a bath? He's like, no, because brother is still in the bathtub. All right. Well, Ulrich, why don't you get yourself out of the bath? And Lulick McFergus is calling. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and get yourself a little bit of a bite to eat as well, Mariella? I'm not sure how Sid knows Lulick. Obviously, she knows Lulick, which is kind of, I don't know how that is. Like, I didn't actually know that she knew Lulick, but I guess Sid knows Lulick somehow. So, oh, wait. Maybe they're family. Hold on, let me look at this profile. Oh, yes, Lulick is her brother. I was like, how does she know him? But it's because that's her brother. Okay, so that's why she's talking to Lulick. Okay, so I did forget that they were siblings. So her brother's called. He's just calling to check on her. He's like, how is your pregnancy going? Because obviously he knows that she's expecting. And she's like, yeah, I think that I'm going to be having this baby soon. He's like, oh, well, I hope that everything goes well for you. Obviously, I think that Lulick would probably be worried about her. As we know, childbirth in this time frame was, you know, very touch and go. You never know what's going to happen. I think he would be definitely worried that something might happen to his sister. And so I think that, you know, he is a little bit concerned about the fact that, you know, she might not have a healthy labor and delivery and that he could possibly lose his sister. And just like that, she has officially gone into labor. Ulrich is like, oh my gosh. She's like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, Ulrich. Don't worry. So we are going to have to bring her on down here. We're going to have her go ahead and come on into the area, and we're gonna have Mariella come on in here as well. And obviously we will get them to have the baby. So Mariella is in here with her, and they are going to go ahead and deal with this labor and delivery. Okay, you are in my way. So she is like, oh my gosh, this hurts. And Mariella's like, you've got this, just breathe through the pain. I mean, Mariella doesn't really look like she's very attentive, does she? But they have had themselves a girl. And so we are going to name this little one Thora. Thora Pruitt. And they have had a single birth. We are going to go ahead and we are going to need to roll the dice for Mom and the little one. As we know, Mom can't roll a 1 or an 11. So let's go ahead and we are going to open up our dice and we are going to see how Mom fares. So let's give that a bit of a roll here. Mom rolls a 3, which is a good roll. So Mom is safe, but baby can't roll a 1, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, 17, or a 20. So let's go ahead and give a roll for Thora. Oh no, baby rolls a 20. Thora is not going to make it. We have lost our firstborn. So Thora is going to have to be stillborn, and that is truly, truly saddening. Here in this Pruitt family, we have lost our firstborn. It's horrible news. It really is. So I am going to go ahead and put this information on the timeline, and then I will go ahead and take Thora away from the Pruitt family. Okay, so I have gone ahead and added everything to the timeline. We are just going to unfortunately have to take little Thora away from the family. This, of course, is going to make the entire household very, very sad with the loss of this little one, and we absolutely hate that. We will have to go ahead and get Sid and Ulrich to try again for another little one in 1415. Now, as we know, in 1415, we are facing a war, so I don't know how that's going to go down. I guess we will just have to see if Ulrich makes it. Hopefully he does, and they will actually be able to go ahead and try for another little one. But as it stands, I just don't know how it's going to go. We are just going to have to see. But for now, this family has lost their first child, and we are truly saddened by the loss of this little one. Even Mariella is distraught over this loss. She's like, my first grandbaby is deceased. Like, oh my gosh, like, look how pitiful. It is really, really a horrible, horrible thing that this family is going through. That is 2 babies that we have lost in 1414 to stillbirth, and I absolutely hate that. I really, really do. But we are going to go ahead. We are going to head over and we are going to see, I think, our main household and check in on everyone there. And then in the morning, we'll be going over and seeing the Von Varlet family and seeing how they're doing with their mourning and hoping that they have gotten over their mourning period so that they can try again for another little one. But for now, let's go see our McFergus family. Here in the McFergus family, we are just going to make sure everyone's doing okay. Looks like Lulick is pretty good, but I am just going to go ahead and get him to grab a serving of food. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and get Erlene to grab a serving of food as well. As you can see, she is feeling a little bit nauseous. She got that baby bubble over her head, and so I do think that she is realizing that she might be a little bit, feeling like, something's a little off. She doesn't quite yet know that she is expecting, but I do think that she is going to be figuring that out pretty soon. And I am going to get her to just come and check the mail pretty soon. And then once he's done with his breakfast, I'm going to have him come out and take care of the chickens, and we'll get him to see about that. It does also look like our garden is in desperate need of some tender loving care. So I'm going to have him come and weed some things, and we'll get him, you know, weeding the garden here. I think also I'm going to get her to come out and she can collect some honey from our honey bins, and we will obviously get her checking on all of that. But our garden is in desperate need of some tender loving care. Like the weeding is just out of control. So we'll definitely get that's, you know, taken care of here. So as you can see, she has come out. She's going to collect the honey, and Lulik is just going to take care of the chickens and then get to weeding. The garden is in desperate need of care. The animals are in desperate need of care. We just desperately need to tend to our garden here. You know, we did used to have our help with Patchy, but that just wasn't working out because he kept flirting with Lulik, and we just can't have that, okay? We just can't have that. So I'm not trying to have that happening. So look at her getting stung by these bees. They just chased her all the way down to the mailbox. Like, are you serious? Go ahead and go deal with the honey, okay? Just go deal with the honey. She's like, yeah, I'll go deal with the honey so I can get attacked over and over and over again by the bees. Like that, because that's what I want to deal with. I know. I realize that's not what you want to get dealt with, like what you want to deal with, but it is what it is. Oh no, they got both attacked this time. He's like, jeez, Erlene, what the hell? She's like, I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. It's really not my fault. All right, did she get any honey out of the tree? No, she didn't. Did she get any out of the other one? No, she didn't. Okay, but she did get 12 jars of honey out of the honey hives, so we love that. And I think maybe I will actually have her go ahead and help him with some of this weeding, just because it is really bad. So I'm going to have her come out and help with that, because, you know, he got stung and he was like, I don't think I can deal with this. I think you need to come help. Oh, he's off to work. Okay, so he's off to work. She's going to be doing the weeding by herself. I mean, it's a lot to deal with, but that's fine. My neighbor says 1 kiss at the romance festival is worth 10 anywhere else. Do you want to go? Narita, I know that you're trying to find love, but, you know, I am, you know, a mom. I'm married. I don't really need to be going to the romance festival and trying to find love. So I can't really be doing all that. So we're just going to let her go ahead and tend to what she needs to tend to, which is her garden, and that's what we need to be doing. Once she's done with that, I guess we're going to come over here and we're going to trade for some meat. It looks like our black hen needs to be sold, and then we're going to purchase up some more. Let's do some brown hens and some brown roosters this time. Okay. And let's see if there's anything we can sell. So we can sell this frog, and we can sell this, and we can sell this beeswax, and we can sell these choco berries. We can sell these common upgrade parts, and we can sell these toys, I think. I think that's pretty good. All right. That's very good. It gave us a little bit of money. It's not a whole lot, but it's better than nothing. Maybe she can actually go upstairs and do a painting, because it's been a little while since she's done a painting, and we can make a little bit of money doing a painting. Look at the kids. They're just like, Mom, what is it that we're supposed to do? You know, I mean, really. I mean, you're kind of tired. Maybe you could go get yourself a little bit of rest. As a matter of fact, you're a little bit tired, and maybe you could go get yourself a little bit of rest too. Can you not walk up the stairs, little boy? Maybe you can go get yourself a nap here. Go get yourself a nap. All right, so she's going to do herself a little bit of a painting here. We absolutely love that. And maybe we can check on the little one. Let's go ahead and give this baby a feed. It's been a little bit of time since we've done that. So we'll come in here and we will feed the little one, because it does look like Isolde needs a little bit of a feed. So I will get her to go ahead and finish up that painting, and then she'll come in and give Isolde a little bit of a feed, and then maybe she can put Isolde to bed. Looks like we only have one toddler bed in the house, which is probably why he couldn't go to bed. So I don't know, at some point I guess we need to start like figuring out an area where we can have some more beds. But right now, I don't know where that is. So let's put this baby to bed and then we will figure it all out. But for now, we are going to go ahead. Maybe I can get him another bed. Maybe I can put him a bed up here and we can maybe put him to bed. Read Hamlin to sleep. And then she can go on to bed. All right, Hamlin. Let's put Hamlin to bed, maybe? No? Okay. Well, Hamlin, can you come up here and go to sleep? All right, she's in bed. All the kids are in bed. Lulik is currently at work, and he should be heading home any minute now. Okay, great. He's home. I'm going to go ahead and head him off to bed as well, and we are going to let everyone get themselves a bit of rest here. As we know, it is pretty late at night, so we're going to go ahead and head him off and let him get some rest. And in the morning, we are going to be heading over to the Bonvarlet's home, and we're going to be seeing about getting Greta with child. So I will see you in the morning. So here we are in the Bonvarlet home. It is the next morning, and they are just getting up and having themselves a little bit of a breakfast here. And we are just going to go ahead and see how they are doing. Looks like everyone is in a pretty decent mood. Looks like they are complete with their mourning as far as grieving over the loss of their child, which is fantastic news. It is currently Easter in the game, so we are going to go ahead and see about trying to meet some of their milestones for this holiday. But also, as we know, they do need to go ahead and try for another baby. They're funny. So we are going to be trying to get them to do that. But after they have their breakfast, I'm going to go ahead and have them just take care of some of their needs here. And then we're going to probably send them off to that holiday ceremony so that they can go ahead and meet that milestone. And then when they get back, we'll go ahead and see about trying to get them to try for that little one. So we'll definitely get that taking place for them. That is something we are going to be looking forward to. I am just going to get him to travel with her to the holiday ceremony, and we'll get them to go ahead and head off and see about attending that ceremony together, and hopefully they can have a good time at that holiday ceremony. So they're going to head off, and I'll see you when they return. Okay, so now that they are back, as you can see, they are celebrating the fact that they went to that holiday ceremony. Both of them are pretty happy about the ceremony. They had a wonderful ceremony. It's important not to forget what this holiday is about, and going to that ceremony really helped them remember that, and we absolutely love that. So they are just going to go ahead and go on into the shed here. And I think they're going to try to have themselves a little bit of a woohoo and see if they can get themselves with child here. They are excited about it. We absolutely love that. We know they like to make use of that little shed there. We love that for them. Once they're done with their little tryst, I think I am going to get Greta to go ahead and clean the cow, feed the cow, and she can milk the cow. And we'll get them to take care of some of their chores here at the house. And I am just going to go ahead and send Napoleon out. He's going to go out for a little bit of a hunt. As we know, we can always use the meat in the house for cooking. So we're definitely going to take care of some of those things. And we're going to check Greta and see if she is with child. Looks like that is not the case. So we will definitely have to get them to go ahead and try again. As we know, that was just a woohoo. It was not a try for baby. So, you know, we'll have to get them to try again. They were just woohooing. They did not try for baby. So we will have to get them to try for baby. Every time I tell them to try for baby, they're like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't know if maybe one of them has a we don't want to try for baby kind of thing or what the deal is with that. But yeah, it doesn't say they don't want to try. So I don't really know what the deal is, but she just, you know, looks like she has a little bit of a crush on this guy. I am going to turn off her enable liking other people. Okay, I already have done that, so I don't know what the deal is. And I'm going to have her do a little bit of baked pears here. So while we are waiting on her husband to come back from hunting, we are just going to get some food cooking up here. She's going to do a little bit of baked pears. And then once he comes back, obviously, we will go ahead and hopefully try to get them to try for a little one.
Oh, Bocana, Judge Infa. Blofa, Balafoy. Happy I'm a Palachapa. Illinois, Schmezel. Oh, Pitash. King Buster Bood, Wafatun. Almost. Sick of food. I have floof, Moochie Peachy. Illinois, Schmezel. Oh, Facia Har.
Quex.
Sorp.
Narfa Burl. Zubul. Funa. Guma.
Does look like she is having a good time chatting here with this Eugene guy. They have become pretty good friends, which we absolutely like. And it seems that she does have a little bit of a crush on him. Even though she probably shouldn't have a crush on him, it seems that she does. And they have become close enough to where, you know, she has gotten a sentiment with him that he makes her day so much better and he makes her smile. So they've gotten quite close. So, yeah. Although they are kind of arguing right now, I don't really know what that's about. I do believe she probably got some milk, so I'm going to put that in the fridge, and we love that for them. All right, and Napoleon is just about done with his hunting, so when he gets done with that, we'll check and see what it is he's brought home, and we'll let him have himself a little bit of a bath when he gets back. Looks like he got 2 small rabbits, so we are going to just cut that meat up so that we can go ahead and put that in the fridge. And here she is still arguing with this Eugene guy. I don't know what she's arguing with him about, but she is definitely arguing with him. She's feeling pretty tense from arguing with him because she's feeling tense because she's on the edge of a breakout. And she is having a bit of a mood swing from her breakout. Well, we hate that for her, but you know, it is what it is. Sometimes breakouts happen. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Fricka Hamplin.
Hamplin.
Okay, seriously, kiss your wife.
Oh,
Web. Frick.
And it says she likes physical intimacy, but I mean,
Ooh,
oh,
Awavinia.
yes. Darza. Bruce.
Wabi. Agash.
every time I get them to try for a baby, they just, you
Kempo
know.
Varuda. Zubul. Funa. Funiata. John Josenet.
Oh, cute news.
Oh,
You bleep Bocana? Or
Dweeva Zombo
Arva.
Zoom.
that's a
Hold hands with your lover there.
fishy noise thanks. Come bippin' and go. Hella boy. Mishka.
Charky. Choosing the lane.
Weibo. Dornay?
Briff Choky. Uxaloy.
Vanilla.
There they go. Autonomously there. They've tried to go ahead and go on out there. We love that. Okay, of course, they've decided to go on out there autonomously, and the bloody cow was in the shed because of the rain. I mean, I can't win for losing.
Bampi, your ribs. Johnny.
Livo. Wanna Rebna? Neepsta.
Hembo.
I mean, they decided to go ahead and go and try for a baby, but she kind of like is going through a little bit of a mood swing right now, so I can't really tell if she's happy about it or not. She's just kind of like, whatever, it is what it is. But he's like, look, we need to have a child. We really do need to progress this family, and we need to have a legacy, and I need to have a son. And she's like, I really do know that you do, but look at her. Look how moody she is. I mean, look at this. It's ridiculous. It really is. I mean, Greta, really. Just really. But let's go ahead and take a look and see if she is with child. This moody woman. She is. Okay, we love that. With that being said, like, she is just really feeling it. I don't know what her deal is. She's come on out here. She's gonna, you know, work off some of her moodiness by cleaning the shed. We have had a bit of a tense episode in the sense that we thankfully were able to age up David Pruitt into a teen. He is going to be able to marry. He is going to be able to have 7 baby tries, but we did lose Thora Pruitt as a stillborn. Greta has gone ahead. She has tried for a baby. She is now expecting, so we absolutely love that. And there is going to be some more growth, hopefully, in this community. In our next episode, as we know, we are going to be facing a war, and so we definitely don't know how that's going to affect us. We do also have more birthdays coming down the way for 14-15, so I don't really know how that's going to affect our community, but I guess we are going to be finding out. But I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in 14-15 so we can find out how the war is going to affect our community. And until next time, I'm going to see you guys in the next one. And I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.